The Adventures of Raju and Meena.
Raju was a little squirrel with a big bushy tail. He lived in a tiny hole in a big oak tree. Raju loved to scamper and play all day long. He would leap from branch to branch, chasing butterflies and collecting nuts. One sunny morning, Raju woke up feeling very adventurous. He decided to explore a part of the forest he had never been to before. It was a place his grandma had told him stories about.
Be careful, Raju. Don't go too far into the woods.
Raju promised he wouldn't and scurried off, excited for a brand new adventure. The deeper Raju went, the more magical the forest became. He could feel the air around him change, becoming thicker with enchantment and wonder. The trees seemed to whisper secrets to each other, their leaves rustling in a language only they understood. The leaves shimmered with 1,000 shades of green and blue, creating a mesmerizing dance of colors that seemed to guide Raju deeper into the forest. Each step he took revealed new hues and patterns, as if the forest was alive and painting a masterpiece just for him. The air hummed with the songs of unseen creatures. It was as if the forest had its own symphony, a melody that filled Raju's heart with joy and curiosity. He could hear the soft chirping of birds, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the distant sound of a flowing stream, all blending into a harmonious tune. Strange and beautiful flowers bloomed in every color of the rainbow. They seemed to glow with an inner light, their petals opening and closing as if they were breathing. Raju couldn't resist touching them, feeling their soft, velvety texture under his fingers. Raju saw talking mushrooms with tiny doors and windows. They greeted him with cheerful voices, inviting him to explore their little homes. Some even offered him tiny cups of tea, their hospitality making him feel welcome in this magical world. He saw giggling flowers that sprayed water when he tickled them. Their laughter was infectious, and Raju found himself laughing along with them, feeling a sense of pure, unadulterated joy that he hadn't felt in a long time. He even saw a grumpy-looking cloud puffing out rainbows. The cloud grumbled and mumbled, but the rainbows it produced were the most beautiful Raju had ever seen. He couldn't help but smile at the sight, feeling a sense of wonder and amazement. Everything was so new and exciting. Every corner of the forest held a new surprise, a new wonder waiting to be discovered. Raju felt like an explorer in a land of dreams, each moment more magical than the last. Raju felt like he had stepped into one of his grandma's wonderful stories. The tales she used to tell him about magical lands and enchanted forests seemed to come to life before his very eyes. He could almost hear her voice, narrating his every step. He continued exploring, eager to see what other wonders the forest held. With every step, his excitement grew, and he knew that this adventure was just beginning. The magical forest had so much more to offer, and Raju was ready to discover it all. Suddenly, Raju came across a group of animals huddled together, looking worried. There was Benny the bunny, Fiona the fawn, and Ollie the owl. They all looked very upset.
What's wrong?
Raju's nose twitched with concern.
The sunstone is missing.
Benny cried, wiping his teary eyes with his fluffy paws.
It's the magical stone that keeps our forest bright and warm. Without it, the forest will become dark and cold.
Fiona added, her voice trembling.
We need to find the sunstone, and fast.
Ollie, the wisest of them all, hooted sadly. Raju felt a surge of bravery. He might be small, but he wanted to help.
Don't worry, I'll find the sunstone and bring it back.
And so, Raju set off on a perilous journey through the magical forest. He climbed over towering mountains of mushrooms. He swung across rivers of sparkling sap on vines as thin as spider webs. He even had to outsmart a mischievous imp who tried to trap him in a cage made of candy. But Raju was determined to succeed. He wouldn't let anything stop him from saving his new friends and their beautiful forest. Just when Raju felt like giving up, he saw a tiny light flickering in the distance. He followed the light and came face to face with the most beautiful creature he had ever seen. It was a firefly, but unlike any other. Her name was Meena, and she sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow.
Hello, little squirrel. What brings you so deep into the forest?
Raju explained about the missing sunstone and his quest to find it. Meena listened patiently, her light dimming slightly as she heard about the forest's plight.
I know where the sunstone is. Follow me.
Meena led Raju through a secret path hidden behind a waterfall. The sound of the cascading water was deafening, but it also masked their movements, keeping them hidden from any prying eyes. The path was narrow and slippery, making every step a cautious endeavor. But Meena, with her unwavering determination, guided Raju with confidence. They finally reached a dark cave guarded by a grumpy-looking cloud. The cloud seemed to be made of stormy gray fluff, with lightning flickering within it. It hovered menacingly at the entrance, blocking their way.
This cloud is afraid of light. It's said that the brighter the light, the weaker the cloud becomes. We need to use our combined light to get past it. Let's shine together and scare him away, Meena encouraged, her voice filled with hope and determination. She knew that their combined strength was the key to overcoming this obstacle.
Raju, though a little scared, took a deep breath and nodded. He trusted Meena and knew that together they could achieve anything. His heart pounded in his chest, but he was ready to face the challenge. He closed his eyes tight and thought of all the happy and bright things in the world. He imagined the warm sun on his face, the laughter of his friends, and the beautiful colors of a rainbow after a storm. And then, something amazing happened. Raju began to glow. His light started as a faint shimmer, but grew stronger with each passing second. It wasn't as bright as Meena's light, but it was enough. Together, their lights combined into a powerful beam, illuminating the dark cave entrance. Together, they shone their light at the cloud, who grumbled and sputtered before finally disappearing with a whimper. The path was now clear, and the cave entrance beckoned them inside. And there, in the middle of the cave, lay the sunstone, dull and lifeless. It was a large, round gem that once radiated with the power of the sun. Now it looked like an ordinary stone, waiting to be awakened. Meena touched the sunstone with her tiny light, and it burst back to life, shining brighter than ever. The sunstone had been a symbol of hope for the forest, and its light was a beacon that guided all creatures. Meena's small act of bravery had reignited that hope, and the forest began to transform. The warmth spread through the cave and then out into the forest, chasing away the cold and darkness. The trees began to bloom, flowers opened their petals, and the once gloomy forest was now a vibrant paradise. The animals felt the change immediately, their spirits lifting as the light touched them. Raju and Meena returned to the group of worried animals, who cheered with joy when they saw the sunstone. The animals had been waiting anxiously, their hearts heavy with fear. But now, seeing the sunstone glowing brightly, they knew that everything would be all right. They showered Raju with gratitude and praise for his bravery. Raju had faced many dangers to retrieve the sunstone, and his courage had saved them all. The animals lifted him high, their voices ringing with admiration and thanks.
Way to go, Raju! You did it! The animals were ecstatic, their cheers echoing through the forest. They knew that without Raju's bravery, the sunstone would have remained lost, and the forest would have stayed in darkness.
We knew you could do it. The animals had always believed in Raju, even when the task seemed impossible. Their faith in him had never wavered, and now they celebrated his success as their own.
You're our hero, Raju. The animals surrounded Raju, each one wanting to express their gratitude. They knew that his bravery had made all the difference, and they wanted him to know how much he meant to them.
This calls for a celebration. The forest erupted in joy, with animals dancing and singing. They decided to throw a grand celebration in honor of Raju and Meena, to thank them for their bravery, and to celebrate the return of the sunstone.
Raju learned that day that even the smallest of creatures can be incredibly brave. He realized that bravery wasn't about size or strength, but about the heart and the willingness to do what was right, no matter the odds. He also learned that the true treasure wasn't the sunstone, but the friendship he had found along the way. The bonds he had formed with the other animals were more precious than any magical stone, and he knew that their friendship would last a lifetime. From that day on, Raju continued to have many more adventures in the magical forest, always remembering the importance of bravery, kindness, and the magic of true friendship. Each adventure brought new challenges, but with his friends by his side, Raju knew he could face anything.